Do-Rag Wisdom here, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Y2K 19.05.17. I've always loved speculative fiction, horror tales, dystopian fiction, and paranoid thrillers. Try to recall both versions of The Manchurian Candidate. One directed by John Frankenheimer, the other directed by Jonathan Demme. Both are excellent. Check out The Parallax View and Arlington Road, and also The Invasion of the Body Snatchers 1956 and 1978, and its second remake, Body Snatchers, directed by Abel Ferrara. Also check out the movies Network and the TV series Babylon 5. You will be surprised how prophetic all of the above films are, and more. I gotta give credit to the movie, the original movie of Red Dawn, and both versions of The Handmaid's Tale for what I'm about to tell you. I don't want you to think that this is my own original thought. I'm now imagining the kind of country we are going to have if the treasonous fiend in our Oval Office has his way. This is a fact. There are at least 21 GOP states now who support the traitor Trump agenda, and these are 21 states involved in this oppression of women, you know, the abortion bans. With Alabama, Georgia, Florida, well, Florida not yet, but Ohio, and now Missouri. But when I mention Florida with they're trying to deny the voters' agenda, their referendum on letting prisoners, ex-convicts vote. Now, these 21 states are involved in creating, as I said, draconian abortion laws that they hope will be judged in their favor before the kangaroo Supreme Court. And Adolf Hitler, the fiend, knew the importance of sympathetic judges. And he made sure to assign as many as he could so they could advance his racist, murderous agenda. The creep in the White House, Daffy Donald, Hair Monster, and his Trumpist party have appointed a record number of judges in our lower federal courts. These judges, from what I understand from watching the news, reading the newspapers, these judges are dedicated to creating the kind of country that Hitler would have been proud of. And Daffy Donald is on his way to remaking our country, if not through the Congress, through the courts. I know we have 3 branches of government, but right now only 1/2 of the first branch, the legislative branch, is now under the control of the Democrats, not the Trumpists. The rest of our government is under the control, the federal government is under the control of these right-wing, traitorous fiends, including the Justice Department. There are now women's groups now preparing for a post-Roe v. Wade world. Let me help them out. What happens to the thousands of women stuck in Trumpist states who need abortions? Say all this gets passed, Roe gets overturned, Roe v. Wade gone. Now we have women stuck. Not all the women in these Trumpist states are anti-abortion. So what about all the women that are stuck in these states and they need abortions? Should they continue living in these states of their birth, or should they immigrate to another state? A free state. Okay, here we go. I see a land blighted by not 2 borders, one in the south and one in the north, but an additional 21 border crossings representing the Trump states, where you see we will no longer have a USA. There will be Trumplandia versus the free United States, the FUS. Movement throughout our country will be seriously restricted because most of Trumplandia lies in the middle of the former USA and in the south. But there are northern states, including Ohio, Indiana, and Missouri, that are proud parts of the Trumplandia dictatorship states. If citizens of the free United States want to go across country, say west to east, they will need to fly over Canada or over Mexico to get to their eastern neighbors, and that's reverse too. No aircraft will be allowed over Trumplandia except their own. They have their own Air Force, their own whatever. And of course, if any of the Trumplandia aircraft come within inches of the free United States, they will be shot out of the sky. Hopefully, if people want to drive across country or take a train, there will be some kind of neutral highway or rail that they could use. Trumplandia, after all, surrounded in a sense, but serves to block much access of travel from west to east and east to west. Trumplandia will have border walls. Remember I mentioned in the beginning. They will have border walls around their states with access at both ends of the state. The so-called new border crossings, as we will call them. Those women living in Trumplandia are trapped in there unless they have access to an underground railroad. Women escaping Trumplandia to obtain abortions in the free United States, if caught by Trump women hunters, will be returned to those states and executed by hanging. The former USA is now an armed camp with two intractable enemies. One, the free states for us, against the Trumpist states for them. Much of the time an uneasy truce exists, but every so often there is fighting. People trapped in Trumplandia are subject to the most oppressive rule since North Korea, which, by the way, is now one of the authoritarian dictatorships that support Trumplandia. News reached the free United States that a massacre of protesters against the Trump dictatorship occurred. Free United States air reconnaissance also indicate the existence of at least 3 large Auschwitz-style concentration camps in Alabama, Ohio, and Georgia. A new one is now under construction in Florida. Before the breakup of the USA, many people who had the chance did flee from the juggernaut of the proliferation of Trumplandia. In the present times, the free United States must continue a buildup of weapons. On Trumplandia, Trump scientists are working on a bomb that will destroy people, not property. You know, biological, chemical, that kind of thing. It is only a matter of time when a giant radioactive crater will exist where once stood a proud, responsible, dedicated, patriotic, constitutional United States of America. Instead, there's a borderland of death. A vast void borderland of death.